What countries do your grandparents come from? Do you understand grandparents?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. So, if it's just Congo, that's okay. Maybe, do you know what village they came from?
Yes.
Your grandparents? Okay. We'll say villages then. Or village, town or city? Village? 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 Okay. So what villages do your grandparents come from? Okay, so everyone, we're doing our pronunciation. Even if you know all the English, that's fine, but the pronunciation it's really important to practice. What villages do your grandparents come from? A little bit quicker. What villages do your grandparents come from? Good. A little bit faster. What villages do your grandparents come from? Excellent. That's Aussie speed. That's really good. All right. My grandmother from my mother's side comes from. So do you understand that? From my grandmother from my mother's side. Do you understand that? From my mother's side? Because you've got your father's side and your mother's side. The grandparents. My grandfather from my mother's side comes from. My grandmother from my father's side. From my father's side. Comes from my... Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
My grandfather from my father's side comes from. Okay, so everyone, we'll do all four, okay? My grandmother from my mother's side comes from. We'll ask the individual questions in a minute. My grandfather from my mother's side comes from. My grandmother from my father's side comes from. My grandfather from my father's side comes from. Okay, a little bit faster. My grandmother from my mother's side comes from. Yep, good. My grandfather from my mother's side comes from. My grandmother from my father's side comes from. Good. My grandfather from my father's side comes from. Very good. That was really good. All right, now we'll ask. All right, everyone. So the first one, my grandmother from my mother's side comes from. So, Ja, can you read this one and tell me what village your grandmother from your mother's side comes from?
My grandmother from village.
From my mother's side.
Sorry.
Village.
My grandmother's from my mother's side comes from village Baraka.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your grandfather? Your grandfather from your mother's side.
My grandfather from my mother's side comes from to Baraka.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Sarah, this one. My grandmother from my mother's side comes from. Is it difficult?
No. My grandmother from my mother's side comes from Ilangi.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ilangi.
Yeah.
And this one?
My grandfather from my mother's side comes from Kalambi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, Safari. This one.
My grandmother from my mother's side comes from Kalami.
Okay.
My mother from my grandmother from my father's side come from Wamuzimu.
Okay. Rahima, your grandmother.
My grandmother from my mother's side comes from Congo.
Oh, okay. Village.
Oh, village. Okay. My grandmother from my mother's side comes from village Kiliba.
Uh-huh. So when you say village, you say my grandmother comes from my mother's side comes from
Kiliba.
Kaliba village.
Kiliba village.
It's Kaliba village,
Oh,
not village Kaliba.
Kiliba
Kaliba village. From, I'll put it here, Kaliba village. Okay, Moisha, your mother's side, grandmother and grandfather.
Yes, my grandmother from my mother's side comes from Borongo village.
Uh-huh.
My grandfather from my mother's side comes from Masisi village.
Uh-huh. So that's everyone. Would you like to answer? Would you like to join in or just watch for now?
You can join.
I try.
Okay, try.
My grandmother from my mother's side comes from Burini. My grandfather from my mother's side comes from Burini.
Uh-huh. Is that in Congo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Another Congo person. Everyone's in the Congo. Well, that's easy for me to remember. All right, this one. My grandmother from my father's side. My grandfather from my father's side. Ja, would you like to start? This one?
My son from my father's side comes from Rural village.
Yep.
My grandfather from our father's side comes from Rural village.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Would you like to try this one? My grandmother and grandfather from your father's side?
My grandmother from my father's side comes from Burini
Uh-huh.
village.
Yep.
My grandfather from my father's side comes from Burini
Oh,
village.
okay. And what was your name?
My name is Busime Biringani.
Usimi.
Yes.
Okay. spell that?
What a short one. What people call you?
How do you spell that?
D-U-B-S.
B-U? Yep. Yep.
I-M-E.
Uh-huh. E. Okay, I'm Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Bologna.
And she's doing level 1 there.
Oh,
Maybe because sometimes not enough time. It's supposed to come here sometime.
oh, that's nice.
Busy. If maybe now a time to come here.
Am I up to you? Yeah, I am. So this one? These two?
My grandmother from my father's side comes from Kigogo village.
Uh-huh.
My grandfather from my father's side comes from Luindi.
I love the sound of the words, the towns,
Luindi.
Windsy. Moesha? These two?
My grandmother from my father's side comes from Kiroche. My grandfather from my father's side comes from Mandaba.
Okay, awesome. Rahima?
Yeah.
My grandmother and grandfather from my father's side.
My grandmother from my father's side come from Kiliba.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My grandfather from my father's side come from Kiliba.
Kaliba, is Kaliba big?
Yeah. It's a big.
How many people? How many people?
Yeah, she does.
Really?
Yeah, big
Maybe you can
Bigger than Shepparton? Bigger than
Yes,
Shepparton?
yeah, it's too big in Kiliba.
As big as Sydney? Sydney?
No,
Kaliba.
it was not a city.
Kiliba ni
Not like a
big.
city.
Huko Kiliba ya juu na Kiliba ya chini. Honestly na nani?
Anaweza kama uko kama city.
Na Kiliba.
Kule ile yenu iko kama
Kiliba na
watu.
Mdesi. Sasa yote ni
Yaani ni
moja.
big kama
Ni kubwa ni
Hiyo
tatu.
kama
haiwezi
Shepparton.
lingana na Sydney.
Inalingana na Shepparton. Shepparton ni kubwa.
Okay, so that's everything.
Shepparton ni kidogo.
Next, what languages do you speak? Oh no, I've got to tell you. So my grandmother from my mother's side comes from Poland.
Yeah.
My grandfather from my mother's side comes from Poland. So my mother's side is Polish. My grandmother from my father's side was born in Australia. My grandfather from my father's side came from Scotland. Scotland. Glasgow, Scotland. Glasgow is a very big city in Scotland. Yeah.
And have you ever been there before?
I've never been to Scotland
Oh.
and I haven't been to Poland, but I love watching travel shows on television when they show Poland or Scotland.
So you have gone here and you grew up here in Australia.
Mm-mm. Okay, so languages. What languages do you speak? I speak English, a little bit of German, and a little bit of Chinese. Hmm. Right, Rahima, my mother does that. Ching 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 chong.
Yeah, only that
You know, in Chinese,
Chinese.
in Chinese, there's a word meow. Meow like a cat. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Yeah. It's not cat.
It means minutes. 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 Meow. Meow means minutes. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Bonnie. I am Bonnie. What's your name?
My name is Moloko.
Moloko. Okay.
My name is Mokili.
Mokili. I didn't see you there. Okay. How many what languages do you speak? Okay, so everyone.
What languages do you speak?
Very good. And faster, what languages do you speak?
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 Very good. Okay, I speak a bit of German, a bit of Chinese, but mainly English. Okay, so, alright. Safari, what languages do you speak?
I speak Swahili, French, Kirega, English.
Wow, okay. Basibi?
Yes.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Swahili,
Uh-huh.
Kirundi, Kinyarwanda, Kifulero, Kishi, and French.
Wow, 6.
Yes.
6. Wow. Ja, what languages do you speak?
I speak Swahili, a little English, a little French, and Kibembe.
Oh, okay. How many is that? 4? Or 5?
4.
Sarah, what languages do you speak?
I speak French,
Uh-huh.
Swahili, Lingala, and English.
English, 4. Wow. Marisha, how about you?
Yeah, I speak 3 languages. I speak Swahili, I speak French, and I speak English.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Rahima, what languages do you speak?
I speak Swahili. I speak Kifuliru.
Uh-huh.
I speak little bit English.
Uh-huh.
I speak a little bit French.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I speak a little bit Kibembe.
Yep.
I speak a little bit Kirundi.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
6 languages.
Malaka,
Yes.
how many languages do you speak? I mean, sorry, what languages do you speak? Yep.
French, small Kirundi, and Kish.
5. Wow.
English. English. So 6.
Mokili, what languages do you speak?
I speak Mashi,
Uh-huh.
French, Swahili,
Yeah.
and Lingala.
Uh-huh.
English.
And English.
English.
Yeah, that's what you are doing. Right. She is speaking English.
Uh-huh. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, this one. How many years have you been learning English? Okay, so everyone, how many years quicker. How many years have you been learning English? And a little bit faster. How many years have you been learning English? How many years have you been learning English? How many years have you been learning English? I was just saying it fast for you to listen.
Yeah.
Because it's important to have listening practice. Listening practice. How many years have you been learning English? Okay. How many years have you been learning English? Rahima, how many years have you been learning
3
English?
months.
3 months?
Only this one. Only for you.
Really?
Yes.
But your English is so good. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
My pleasure. Thank you. Luisha, how about you? How long have you been... how many years have you been learning English?
I've been learning English for 6 months.
Only 6 months?
Yeah.
Wow. You're so good. I was in China for 3 years and I didn't learn much. Sarah, how about you? How many years have you been learning English?
I have been learning English for just 2 months.
3 months? Wow. Okay. Ja? I thought it would have been years, not
1
months.
year.
1 year?
Yeah.
So how many months? How many months? How many, you can say how many years, or you can say how many months.
Yeah.
How many months? Okay, Safari, how many years or months have you been learning English?
Yeah, I've been learning English before TEF for 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, and I have left to go work. But for now, it's 3 months when we have started.
Really? Wow. Okay, I'm really glad I've asked you this. Yeah, so I can be a bit kinder. Okay, Basimi?
Yes.
How many months or years have you been learning English?
Yeah, I've been learning English for maybe 3 weeks.
Really? Wow. Okay. Malakos?
Yes.
How many months or years have you been learning English?
I've been learning English 6 months. 6 months.
Wow. Okay. And Makili? How many months or years have you been learning English?
Me too. 6.
6 months. Okay, Patrick, how about you?
Perfect.
How about you, Patrick?
Maybe I have been learning English couple, maybe 2 years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 years?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 or 3.
No, so the program is sometimes people learning and they stop. You can learn for 2-3 weeks, 2 months, and they stop.
Uh-huh.
When you put together, I can take maybe 1 to 2 years.
Oh, okay. So 1 or 2 years?
Yeah,
That's not long.
that's not long.
No. I've been trying to learn Chinese for like 10 years. And I still can't speak. Oh well. Alright. Okay. How many years do you think it will take to learn English fluently? Do you understand fluently?
Yes.
Do you understand fluently? No? Can someone translate fluently, please, for the class? What's fluently? Hey, Patrick?
Kujua bila mashaka. Yaani uongee bila mashaka, usikie bila kupitwa na neno moja.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahima. And everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Alright, so how many years? Maybe how many months? Do you think? Months or years? So, how many years do you think it will take for you to learn English fluently? Ja? How long do you think it will take?
I think if I'm serious, I will take maybe 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah? What do you think?
I think maybe I can learn English for 2 more years.
Moisha?
Until I have certificate for in English.
Oh, really? Awesome. That's what you're doing now?
Yeah.
The certificate for in English?
No, I want to have certificate.
Oh, you want to? Moisha, how about you? How many years do you think it will take to learn English fluently?
I think it should take 2 years for me.
Really?
Yeah.
How about you, Rahima?
3 years.
3 years? Safari?
Yeah, I think for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Francine and she said we'll stay together. I'll keep going because classes were going to finish in June 30.
June?
Yeah, June 30. But we're going to continue together. June 30. June 30?
Soon.
Classes were going to stop.
Soon.
Yeah, but Francine said we'll keep going. We'll keep class will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Basimi?
Yeah.
How many years do you think it will take?
Maybe 3 years.
Yep. What do you think? Yeah? And what do you think?
15
This one, how many years?
Maybe
How many years? 4? Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for answering my questions. That's it.